In this video tutorial, I am going to go through and explain the use of use a fraction to find a whole. Okay, so fraction of an amount, fraction of a quantity, fraction of a number. Okay, and it's a White Maths PowerPoint made explicitly by them, so they hold full copyright to this video. Looking at fraction of an amount. Let's recall. So this is question number 1, okay, this is our starter. Work out 3/5 of 35. Okay, so this is actually going to be our lesson for today. Now, in order to work out a fraction of an amount, we divide the number or quantity or value by the denominator, then we multiply by the numerator. So we're going to do 35 divided by 5, then we're going to multiply it by 3, or times it by 3. So we divide by the bottom, and then we times by the top. 35 divided by 5 is going to be 7, and then 7 times 3 makes 21. Okay, and again, I'm going to cover this more in today's lesson. We divide by the denominator, and then we multiply by the numerator. Number 2, work out -5 minus 6. So if you subtract a negative, that turns this sign to a plus. So it's -5 plus 6, -5 add 6. Okay. When we do that, guys, we're going to get the answer of 1. Okay. Positive 1. Okay. So if you subtract the negative, that becomes a positive. Okay, -5 plus 6. So we start at -5, go 6 units to the right. Number 3, write 10 million as a power of 10. So count the zeros. There are going to be 7 zeros, so that's going to be 10 to the power of 7. Okay. So 10 to the power of 1 is 10. 10 squared is 100. 10 cubed is 1,000. 10 to the 4 is 10,000, so on and so forth. 10 to the power of 6 is going to be 1 million. So 10 million will be 10 to the power of 7. Number 4, what percentage of the bar model is shaded? We've got 3 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to have 3 tenths. Okay, a fraction to a percentage. We're going to multiply that by 100. And when we do this, we're going to get 30%. Because 1/10 as a percentage here is going to be 10%. So 3 tenths would be 30%. Okay. So I got that by doing 100 divided by 10, which is 10, and I multiplied it by 3. So I did 100 divided by 10, which is 10, and then 10 times 3 makes 30. Okay? So answers for these. Okay, question 1 is going to be 21, question 2 is going to be 1, question 3 is going to be 10 to the power of 7, question 4 is 30%. Let's recap. So match the fraction of the amount with the correct answer. 3/4 of 80. So we do 80 divided by 4 is going to be 20, times it by 3, I'm going to get 60. So that's going to go there, okay? This next one, 5/8 of 104. We're going to divide by 8, then times it by 5. 104 divided by 8. Okay, if you're not sure, obviously do it to the side. Okay. Or half it, 3 times. That also works. 8 into 1 I can't do. 8 into 10 go once, with a remainder of 2. 8 to 24 go 3 times. And then I'm going to do 13 times 5, which is equal to 65. So it's going to be 65. Next one, 3/10 of 190. So 190 divided by 10 makes 19. And then 19 times 3 gives you 57. This next one, 9/10 of 50, we do 50 divided by 10, which is 5, and we multiply it by 9, we get 45. Leaves our final answer here, 2/5 of 160, 160 divided by 5. So a little trick here for divided by 5, divided by 10 and then double it. So that'll be 32. 32 times 2 makes 64. That, guys, is our final answer. So just as you recap, guys, we divide by the denominator and then we multiply by the numerator. Okay, that's how we work out a fraction of an amount. And let's learn. Okay, what's the same? What's different? So a third of 45. So do 45 divided by 3 and then times it by 1. Okay, 45 by 3. If you're unsure, there's no harm in showing your method here using the stop. So 3's into 4 once, the remainder of 1, and then 3's into 15 or 5 times. 15 times 1 is 15. So 1/3 of 45, is 15. Whereas this time it says 1/3 of something equals 45. So here I'm actually going to work backwards. I'm dividing by the top and then timesing by the bottom. So I'm actually doing 45 divided by 1, which is 45, and then timesing it by 3. So we're using some similar numbers. Okay, we got 1/3, we got 1/3, we got 45, we got 45. So that's what's the same. What's different is what the question is actually asking for. Okay, this is a fraction of an amount. This is a reverse fraction of an amount. Okay, so this is actually working backwards. 5 times 3 makes 15. So 5 with a 1. 3 times 4 makes 12. Plus the 1 makes 13. So we have the answer. 1/3 of 135 is indeed 45. Okay, so we divide by the bottom and then times it by the top. But for the second example, they've given us the final answer. So we've had obviously work in reverse. So we actually divided by the top and then times by the bottom. Okay, so be careful with that. Okay, there we go. This is the pictorial way of looking at it. There we go. Okay, next one. Half of a number is 22. What is the number? So half of something, okay, is 22. So to work out the number, well, what's the opposite here of dividing by half? Yeah, that's the same here, obviously multiplying by 2. So a half of something equals 22. So to work backwards, I'm going to do 22 times it by 2, I get 44. Okay, because a half of 44 is indeed 22. Okay, again, here is a bar model here to represent this here pictorially. Okay, for your classroom here or for your lesson. Okay, next part. So now it's I do and then you do. Okay, so when it's you do, obviously pause it, try it, and then press play. Okay, so watch the I do and obviously take notes. 1/3 of a number is 41. What is a number? Again, I'm going to do 41 divided by 1 and then times it by 3. So 41, sorry guys about my handwriting. Okay, sorry, my pen has been a bit funny. So 41 times 3. Well, 40 times 3 is going to be 120. 1 times 3 is 3. 120 plus 3 is going to be 123. Okay, also remember that dividing or timesing by 1 does not change my answer. Okay, so that's why I missed that step there. Obviously, if it wasn't like a 1 there, then of course I would obviously follow the sum. 41 divided by 1 is going to be 41 and times it by 3. So 41 times 3 is 123. Okay, again, here is the bar model to represent the pictorially. Okay, if it helps for any of my visual learners. Okay, there we go. Now it's your turn. Okay, so you do 1/8 of a number is 3. What is the number? So again, pause it, guys. Okay, have a look here at the I do example. It obviously help you. Okay, and then press play when you're ready. Okay, answer for this. Okay, so 1/8 of a number is 3. So I'm going to do 3 times 8 and we get 24. Okay, so if you got that, actually very well done. 3 divided by 1 is 3 times it by 8 and I get 24. Okay, well done if you got that. Good job. Well done, yeah, well focused. Good work, guys. Next part, work out the whole number. 1/3 of a number, yeah, 9. So we do 9 divided by 1 and then times it by 3. I'll give you 27. Okay, so yeah, if I'm getting a bit fast now, quarter of a number here is going to be 25. So that's going to be 100. Okay, 25 times 4 is 100. Sixth of a number, yeah, 600. That'll be 3,600. Okay, so we do 600 times it by 6 to work out the original. Okay, so remember this topic here is reverse fractions of amount. Okay, 1/10 of a number here is going to be 3.9. It's going to be 39. Okay, 3.9 divided by 1, 3.9 times it by 10. I get 39. Okay, so move the decimal point one place to the right. We get 39. Okay, well done, yeah, well done if you got that. So A is 27, B is 100, C is 3,600, and D is 39. Okay, next part. So 1/4 of a number is 24. What is a number? So if 1/4 of a number equals 24, we want to cut here one whole, which can be 4 quarters. Okay, so 1/4 equals 24. We want to work out 4 quarters, so we're going to do 24 times it by 4, and we get the answer, guys, to be 96. Okay, so timesing by 4, a little trick. You double it and then you double it again, so times it by 2 and then by 2 again. Okay, that'll be 48, and then 48 times 2 is 96. Okay, so if you got that, guys, you're very well done. And fantastic work here and well focused. So good work, guys. Quarter is 24 is 6, so 6 is the number. Okay, that's not right. Nope, so Ron is actually incorrect. Okay, the reasons why. 3/5 of a number is 30. What is a number? Again, this is going to be the pictorial key. So we divide by the numerator, then we multiply by the denominator. So 30 divided by 3 makes 10. 10 times 5, guys, we get 50. Okay. Next part, so I do and you do, okay? So 2/3 of a number is 16. What is the number? So again, I do 16 divided by the numerator and I multiply by the denominator, okay? So this is reverse fraction. A reverse fraction of an amount. Okay, normally we divide by the bottom here times it by the top. Here we're actually working backwards, so we divide by the top then times by the bottom. 16 divided by 2 is going to be 8. 8 times 3, guys, is going to be 24. Okay, so well done, yeah, well done. If you got that, guys, yeah, good job and good work. Again, well focused. Again, here is a pictorial, yeah, image to help you. Okay, so if a picture obviously helps you guys, yeah, please obviously, if you obviously draw a picture as well on your piece of paper, yeah, or your notepad. Next part, so what do we do now, guys? Okay, and try this question. So 3/7 of a number is 15. What is a number? So we do 15 divided by 3 is going to be 5. 5 times 7 is going to be 35. Okay, so this topic here is reverse fraction of amounts. Okay, again, well done if you got that. Right, work out the whole number. Okay, 2/3 of a number is going to be 60. So 60 divided by 2 is going to be 30. Times it by 3 is going to be 90. 3/4 of a number is going to be 60. 60 divided by 3 is going to be 20. Times it by 4 is going to be 80. Okay, part C, guys. 60 divided by 5 is going to be 12. 12 times 6 makes 72. And then lastly, we do 60 divided by 5. It's going to be 12. 12 times 12, yeah, a bit more trickier. Okay, when you square numbers, yeah, just remember for your exams, 144 or 144. Okay, again, well done if you got that. So yeah, we're going obviously a bit faster. But again, we divide by the numerator and then we multiply by the denominator. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So 90, 80, sorry about that. Yes, excuse me, 80, sorry about that. My funny keypad. 72 and 144. Okay, right, looking at some worded problems now. Okay, so Annie spends 2/5 of her pocket money on the book. She has £15 left. How much money did she have to begin with? So £15 is equal to 2/5, right? No, sorry, equals 3/5. Sorry, okay, yeah, sorry, you caught me out there. Okay, equals 3/5. Because obviously, yeah, that is like the remainder, yeah, leftover money. So to work out 1/5, 15 divided by 3 is going to be 5. Okay, so yeah, so 1 part, 1/5, you could say equals £5. So to work out, yeah, full amount, we do 5 times 5. Sorry guys about my handwriting. We get 25. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Again, here is the White Rose Maths pictorial image. So 3/5 has been, 2/5 have been spent. So £15 left. So each little square bar or rectangular bar was worth 5. So she had £25 to begin with, and she spent £10. Okay, next part. Tom and Whitney each make a tower of pink and blue bricks. Use the same number of blue bricks. 3/8 of Tommy's tower is made up of blue bricks, and 1/3 of Whitney's tower is made up of blue bricks. Tommy uses 45 pink bricks. Okay, so that's going to be equal to 5/8. Okay, so let's work it out. Yes, so that means 45 divided by 5 is going to be 9. 9 times 8 is going to be 72. So then I can do 72 subtract 45. So 35 here I can't do, so you can borrow. That becomes a 6. That's going to become a 12. 12 35 here makes 7, and then 6 minus 4 is going to be 2. So he uses 27 blue bricks. Okay. That also means that 1/3 also equals 27. So the 2/3 is going to be obviously pink bricks. So for that, so that's going to be 54. Okay. So 54 plus 27, guys, will give us the total number of bricks that Whitney's tower has. Okay. So working from right to left. 4 plus 7 makes 11. So 1, carry the 1. 5 plus 2 is 7. Plus the 1 is going to be 8. So Whitney has 81 bricks in her tower. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, sorry if I'm going a bit quick there. But yeah, obviously rewind, yeah, if you need to obviously watch any bits again. Okay, so yeah, I first started off by saying, yeah, that 5/8 of Tommy's tower is going to be pink bricks. Okay, yeah, so 45 is equal to 5/8. Okay, so to work out 1/8 divided by 5, it's going to be 9. And 9 times 8 makes 72. Okay, so Tommy has 72 bricks in total. Okay, 27 of them are going to be blue. Okay, and then 45 are going to be pink. And because obviously Whitney and Tommy have the same number of blue bricks, 1/3 is equal to 27. Obviously for Whitney's blue bricks. So to work out 3 holes, we obviously times it by 3, and we get 81. Okay, next part. 3/5 of a number is 477. What is 2/3 of the number? So step one, let's work out the actual number. So we're going to do 477 divided by 3, and we're going to multiply it or times it by 5. Okay, so 5s into 4 I cannot do. 5s into 47 goes 9 times with a remainder of 2. 5s into 27 go 3 times. So that works out, 1/5. And then, sorry, what have I done? Sorry, divided by 3, sorry, not 5. Sorry about that, sorry about that. Sorry, divided by 3. Okay, not 5, sorry. Let's just start again. Okay, so 3s into 4, guys, go once, the remainder of 1. 3s and 17 go 5 times, the remainder of 2. 3s and 27 go 9 times. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that works out, 1/5, and then times it by 5. Okay, so 5 by 9 makes 45, so 5 with a 4. 5 by 5 makes 25, plus the 4 makes 29. Okay, and then 5 by 1 makes 5, plus the 2 makes 7, so it's 795. I'm not going to work out 2/3 of this number. Okay, so 795 divided by 3 and then times it by 2. Okay, 3s into 7 go twice with a remainder of 1. 3s into 19 goes 6 times with a remainder of 1. 3s into 15 go 5 times. And I'm going to double that. That'll be 130, that'll be 400. So it's going to be 530, okay, if I'm not mistaken. Because double of 200 makes 400, and then double 65 makes 130. 400 plus 130 is 530, okay? There we go. Okay. Next part, 3/7 of bank of something is 21 kilograms, which is the correct answer. So pause it, guys, vote your answer, and then press play. Okay, so answer for this, so I'm going to do 21 divided by 3 makes 7, times it by 7 is going to be 49. So our answer is going to be option C, which is 49 kilos. Okay, well done, if you got that. Next one, 7/10 of bank equals 385, okay, which is the correct answer. So we're going to do 385 divided by 7. Okay, I'm going to be a bit lazy here and do it on my calculator, okay, but you can obviously work it out. But so 385 divided by 7, okay, times it by 10, you're going to get 550, which is option D. Okay, well done, if you got that. This part, 2/3 of something is 24x, which is the correct answer. It's a bit more trickier. 24x divided by 2 makes 12x. 12x times 3 makes 36x, option B. Okay, well done if you got that. That was, a lot more trickier, more advanced. Okay, complete the statement. 2/3 of 27 equals a quarter of something. Well, 27 divided by 3 is going to be 9, times it by 2 is going to be 18. Okay, and then I'm going to do 18 times it by 4. So double it and then double it again. That's going to be 72. Right, no, 36, sorry, then 72. So it's going to be a quarter of 72 equal to 2/3 of 27. Okay, that's what I meant to say. Okay, well done, well done if you got that. How can we take their answer? Doing 72 divided by 4, then times it by 1. So 72 divided by 4, so half it and then half it again, or use the bus stop method, whichever is easier, and then times it by 1, then you will get 18. Okay, and I shouldn't really encourage you at this age, but obviously check it on your calculator if you want to. Okay, that's also, yeah, okay, obviously check your answer there. Okay, next part. What could the unknown values be? Let's call this x, okay? Let's call this y. So 3/4 of x here is going to be 3x over 4. Okay? In fact, here, let's actually call this x as well, okay? To make it obviously a bit more interesting. Let's call this x. Okay, that will also be equal to 4x over 5. Now, if we cross multiply, so times this by 5 and times this by 4, okay, now 15x equals 16x. If we subtract 15x here on both sides, we'll have 0 equal to x. So the unknown value could be 0, okay? Can it be any other number? Okay, that is going to be obviously interesting. Okay, so that's one possibility. Okay, let's see. Okay, adapt your input. Okay, so these are now definitions, guys. Yeah, so obviously fraction means a numerator divided by denominator. Okay, numerator is the top part of the fraction. Okay, for example, if it's a half, obviously numerator is obviously equal to 1, and the denominator is going to be the bottom. Hey guys, sorry guys, I can barely write today. Sorry about this, guys. I apologize about my handwriting. Whole just equal to like a whole number, like 1, 2. So we always call it an integer, and then part is obviously part of a whole. So same as a fraction. Okay, so part is part of a whole. Okay, so it's part. Okay, so this has actually been done, guys. In case I've done this earlier. Okay, and that, guys, concludes